And it's really a sad thing. I will tell you, it's really a sad thing. We had the greatest border. We had the greatest border in history, and now we have the worst border in the history of the world. No place in the world. But Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, and the rest have never will. They're never going to be into securing the border because they're globalists. They want the globe. They like the globe, and they believe it. Maybe they're right. I don't think they're right. I think I've proven they're not right. And we want to protect America, and we'll help people, but we want to protect America. We've got $35 trillion in debt. You know, that debt, we were going to be drilling like crazy, and we were already became number one. We went from number 4 to number 1 in a period of short period of time. We were so drill, baby, drill. You're right about that. But we were doing so well. It was Saudi Arabia and then Russia, and we were down here. And you have to see the chart. I got to get the chart for the people at some point. It goes like we're down here, then all of a sudden we go, Trump gets in, he goes, shh, and we passed Russia, we passed Saudi Arabia, we were doing more, and soon we were going to be energy dominant. We were energy independent, but we were going to be selling to Europe, to Asia, all over the world we were going to be selling. We would have been paying off our debt. It was unbelievable. Then this guy comes in and stopped everything. He gave up Anwar in Alaska. I got Anwar, so proud of it. I got Anwar. Nobody could do it. Ronald Reagan couldn't do it. He tried so hard, he couldn't get it approved. And that was a lot easier environmentally, a lot easier in those days. But I got it approved. We were going to start drilling in Anwar very shortly. Great for Alaska, but great for the country, for the world. The largest site, probably bigger than Saudi Arabia. Think of that. And he ended it in his first week. He terminated everything I did. We worked our asses off to get that. He terminated everything that I did on Anwar. That would have made so much money for this country, but we're going to pay off debt. We had a machine going, and then we had a rigged election, and all of that ended. Then we had inflation, which was caused, by the way, by energy. You know, when your gasoline triples and quadruples, and your heating and your house goes up, everything else is going to go up too. The bakery is going to go up. They deliver their donuts, and they use their fuel to cook the whatever it is. Everything goes up. Energy is so big, and we had it at a level that nobody... We had the greatest economy in the history of the world. We had the greatest economy, and they blew it. And we had no inflation. One of the biggest donors to Nikki Haley's campaign is this slob known as Reid Hoffman, the big slob. I can't use the word fat, so I won't. They'll criticize me. If I say fat, you're not allowed to use fat, so I will not call him a fat slob. I'll just call him a slob. You're allowed to. But a real slob, you got to look at a picture of this guy. But he's a rich guy. He supports crooked. Think of it. He supports all of these crooked people, but he also supports Haley. Can you believe it? You know why? Because they don't want to run against Trump. But they're great on misinformation, disinformation. It's almost the same, but it's actually not. But we won't go into definitions. They are great on misinformation, disinformation. We want to run against Trump. That's what Hillary said, too. Let's run against Trump. That'll be wonderful. But we want to run against Trump. We beat him the first time. We beat him. They don't want to run against me. But they say that because that's sort of demeaning. Every poll has us beating Biden. They're losing to Biden. They all say, oh, well, we're going to win. They're not going to win. First of all, they can't beat me. They're 50, 60 points down. They're not going to win. And they're going to get hit harder than me. So with me, they hit me. And they won't take it like I take it, because I take it. People do say, you know, they say, 2 questions they have for me. One is, sir, how do you do it? How do you take it? And the other one is, will they do it again? They better not do it again. We have a lot of good people, and we're fighting like hell. I actually say, don't worry about the vote. We're going to get plenty of votes. Just worry about securing the vote. And we used to say election day, right? But today you have election period. You have some of these things that go on for 55 days. We want one-day voting. We want paper ballots, and we want voter ID. And Republican governors should do it right now. There's no reason for them to wait. But much like with Ron DeSantis, the people who fund Nikki Haley aren't working for your interest. They're working for their interest. They really are. And look, I know them both very well. I mean, they're very disloyal. Nikki would say, I will never run against the president. He did this for years. I will never run against the president. He was a great president. I will never run. I always used to say, that's nice. But I knew her. So I figured, you know, when's it going to come? Because she can't help herself. I knew it. And then one day she called it, and I've decided to run for president. not going to do the job for you. She's not going to do the job. So you have that, and you have Biden, and all they're going to do is grant amnesty to Biden's illegal aliens, and they'll do it very early because they believed in that. And they also believed in hurting your Social Security. They believed in hurting your Medicare, and I didn't. You know, Ron DeSanctimonious wanted to lift the age from a much different number, much different, up to above 70, and he voted on it 3 times. You don't want that. We have so much wealth under our feet in the liquid gold. We don't need to hurt people with Social Security, senior citizens, and they'll go back. When Ron, and the same thing with Nikki, both of them, I wouldn't tell you who to vote for. I tell you, I wouldn't know. They're both not good. They're both, you know, there's a rumor that Ron's going to leave the race right after this. I read it. No, he's going to, and he's going to endorse me. I don't know if that's true or not. I make it much harder for him to, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. But the rumors, a big story just came out. Did anybody see it? That Ron's going to leave. So you're really into politics, you. And going to leave the race. He's going to endorse me, and that's going to be it. Well, that'd be nice. But you know what? It's important. We got to get the biggest vote because I'm thinking more about November. We have to send a signal to these crooked people out there, to a corrupt Washington.